Chickens. Why is it always chickens when I could have sheeps or ducks? Because chickens can easily carry me through the early game and are able to do neat tricks. But how fast can I stack them up? Hello fellow farmers, meet Aang, the last true chicken farmer. Since he is normally a lively and carefree guy, I personally gave him the task to free Stardew Valley from its most evil shop owner and bring back peace to Pelican Town. For this, Aang needs to earn 2 million gold in 1 year to show the boss who is boss, and because being a nomad, he also wants to reach foraging level 10, else he might save the valley, but he will not be able to save himself. Naturally, like you would do, he has to earn the money mostly with chickens. I mean, what else? Cabbage? Being a peaceful nomad monk, tea is also something he should always carry around. So let's quickly join his journey to unite the town against the devil. On day 1, Aang's first step was to set up for an early chicken coop. So he cut down some trees, put down a chest and planted a few parsnip seeds. After that he left the farm to hopefully pick up some spring onions, which just didn't want to be there. And then back to clearing trees. This already put him one step closer to his goal of maximizing foraging. After a night in a small rundown farmhouse, he finally could acquire a fishing rod at the beach as a gift from God, to get his money rolling. Arriving at the mountain lake, he immediately placed down a chest and started fishing right away. Take a good look at the distance between Aang and the chest. The thing you may notice a lot during this story is that Aang, not me, has absolutely no idea about speedrunning. As soon as Aang finished failing all his perfect catches and fished all the fish out of bubbling water, he went home to sell every caught fish and headed straight to bed to get his hand on fishing level 3 and, more importantly, his first paycheck of 2,000 gold. Day 3 is always a rainy day, on which Aang's eyes looked out of the window and said, "Screw this, I'm going to torture myself today." For maximum future efficiency, he went to a valley and bought bait and a new fishing rod to put his bait on. Equipped with all he needed, he placed himself at the river and started to fish. You may wonder why this is considered a torture. Here I better do not say anything about it and rather just show you this clip. Since everything comes to an end, even this day ended and earned Aang fishing level 4 and another 3,600 gold. Today, on day 4, our monk is actually able to purchase his first coop, so he chopped down some more trees for wood. He purposely aimed for different trees to obtain different tree seeds so he could sustain longer while eating field sacks. As soon as all of the wood was collected, Aang tried to get a stone next, which was so much fun that he totally forgot about the time and Robin closed the store before he could pay her a visit. Awakening on day 5, Aang has been blessed with another rainy day to enjoy. Therefore he went straight to Robin, finally bought his first coop and happily returned to catfishing afterwards. Isn't life great when you are able to ruin it yourself? For reaching fishing level 5 and only 4,300 gold minus parsnips, his money strategy probably could use some change. But why change it when our beloved vegetarian can just spend yet another round with catfishing? The whole freaky day I had to watch him doing this. Some might even call him a masochist at this point, but this day, when Aang tucked into bed, he was given a whooping 7,500 gold. Now I may tell you why he is so obsessed with money. The answer is that for maximum snowballed chicken power he is not allowed to stop making bread or honey, which apparently is a phrase for earning money along with baking a cake. I mean seriously, who the heck came up with those phrases? Marie Antoinette? Pantheon? Brad Pitt? Day 7, Aang hit himself in the mind, so my eyes couldn't grasp what he was doing. Hey, listen, it's not like I forgot to press the record button or something. Our hiding friend also used this time alone to place a sign with a driftwood called Snowflake as an idol to worship. The next day, after admiring his first finished coop, which is tracked with this new number here, Aang visited the wizard for some strange chemical experiments. Highly likely intoxicated, he finished the spring crop bundle and tried to hit on Robin for an extra discount on his second coop. Being miserable rejected, he only could soothe his bleeding heart by... You probably know by now where this is going. Catfishing! Yeah! With my now improved eyesight, our rabbit-like monk couldn't hide in the mines any longer. And after reaching level 10 through one of the luckiest level 90 I have ever seen, seriously, I hate this level, he began to realize that he needs a tons of earth crystal for the future mayonnaise machines, which he can't even craft or use since he doesn't own a single chicken yet. This was the beginning of the infamous low floor resetting tale in which the main character managed to pick up 5 earth crystals. On day 10, Marnie threw a dog in Aang's face, which he gladly took in and called him Appa. What a heartwarming reunion. But not as heartwarming as nice people watching this video and subscribing to this channel with notifications on. In addition to wasting time trying to fish at the museum not knowing the local blacksmith's business hours, our peaceful skinhead discovered gambling for the first time in his life. Ashamed about himself, he walked straight to the museum and donated every gemstone he won. Right after his atonement, Joja immediately forgave Aang with his regretful baby doll eyes and blessed him with his first chickens. He named them Sucker, Katara, Suku and Iro. Along with Appa, those 6 are the start of a new wind that will change the valley forever. And back to fishing. On day 11 a choice had to be made. Aang could either buy more fellowy friends or another housing for the friends he doesn't have. He of course went for the latter, because he didn't want to waste one day of Robin's precious time, and probably even more important, Robin is right next to the mountain lake. On day 12, SpongeBob, Mr. Krabs, Patlick and Tadeus joined the team against the most evil supermarket, followed by some more fishing that netted our peacemaker fishing level 9. The very next day when Aang went into the coop, he found eggs chilling on the ground everywhere. But since he hasn't been able to craft the Mayo machine yet, the eggs were locked away, cause he needs farming level 2 to actually make money from chickens. As he went to bed, proud instead of sad this time, his farming level improved by 1. The very next day he used his newly acquired knowledge to get his hand on 5 mayonnaise machines, getting the cakes rolling. Sweet first money. You probably can't figure out what he had done the rest of the day. Since we reached day 15 by now and cube and chicken part becomes kinda repetitive unlike some other certain activity, I will skip a few of them, and if you really care for it, just take a look at the counters. Back in the game we can see our average early game farmer, hungry for cheap energy to do particularly anything at all. Luckily, Mother Nature starts shooting with free food for the next few days, so our early energy is secured. Catching up to our hero, I have seen him looting a glow ring from a special slime right before the dark levels in the mines, which he also reached by arriving at level 30. It is as Joja just wants him to succeed. Day 16, Aang went for some more berries simply because somebody forgot that it was Tuesday and you can't buy chickens from Marnie while she is working out. This shockingly reminded him that he wants tea saplings, and he also forgot that Caroline does even exist in this game. He went straight to Caroline to start befriending her and decided when he is already at it, finishing the goal of talking to all people would be nice too. Hours of searching for Pam later, he could finally do fun things again. Just like... Because of some weird keyboard-mouse coordination on day 17, our little friend dethroned Snowflake, but do not worry. Since it was already dead to begin with, he slapped it straight back on the side. Also on this day, an earth crystal was gifted to the museum. Day 18, the power of detection joined the squad with Conan, Shinichi, Ran and Kogoro. Pretty sure the last one is helping, right? Backed up by his new nakama, our little monk faced one of the potential evil bosses head on and purchased a rucksack from him. At least he felt safe while buying his 5th cube at Robin's. This comfortable feeling could only be further increased by... On day 19, Aang went mining, but he forgot his pickaxe, so he ran straight back home. Now equipped with his stone smashing tool, he reached level 45. And that was it. On day 20, our catfishing companion searched for Caroline, but since he didn't have a wiki, he then gave up and completed another bundle of the community center. Later this day, he hoed around in the local caves picking up shields and artifacts. Really, that is no joke. Aang really did this, I mean, look at this. Awakening from a nightmare, the lone farmer managed to actually hand over Caroline some presents for once. Following the trend, these saplings will probably be a long hard way. Oh, did I mention that some lovely farming chicks joined the game? Now got Purpuri, Karen, Anne and Ellie. Still feeling useless about the day before, he actually did what his master told him, tidying up his room. A new day arrived and Mr. Ho-Oh taught me that you can move half stacks. Ladies and gentlemen, myself, over 1000 hours played. Proud of his teachings, Aang picked up his copper axe to do some mining again. In the mines he cheat exited level 59 because he ran out of energy and time. Day 23 is best explained with one word. Earth. Crystals. Day 24, my baby interrupted me spectating, but I got enough concentration left that I still could observe Sir Lucky Bonesword reaching level 75. Not only did he go another few miles down in the mines, even Ranger was selected so that future profit got detected. The following sunrise, Lord Animal Lover probably talked to Appa for the first time since he got him slapped in the face. He then randomly hit on Haley even when he already got Katara and left a few more gemstones at the museum. Day 26, a peaceful farm cleaning day arrived and ended as quietly as it started. By the way, this was the first time I have seen somebody selecting Forester on purpose. Day 28, an infested floor had a baby slime in it which dropped iridium ore. Which makes me kinda wonder, does the developer want us to slaughter little baby slimes? Aang finally realized that there are silos in this game too, after completing his 7th coup. Good job, Aang. Day 29, after years of hard work, Caroline reached 2 hearts and sent the obsessive chicken buyer their recipe for tea saplings the very next day, which he instantly turned into money. Day 31, Aang completed yet another bundle at the community center, and while being there he also completed the boiler room so the minecart got repaired later by those friendly walking apples here. Day 32, the bottom of the mines had been reached where a key with a skull had been found. Since reaching level 120 changed his monster drops, dust sprite slaying quickly became the new catfishing. Day 33, Aang made the first strike against the evil town merchant by finally getting a Joja membership. Wait, what? You thought Joja are the evil people in this town? This day was such a celebration that Aang even built a few walls, while still hearing me rolling on the floor laughing, while Seeds experienced the feel of actual earth for the first time in forever. Day 34, he cut some grass because he now owns a real silo. During buying the bus repair, he also learned that finished community center rooms transfer to the Joja purchases. While away the evening, Aang did some fishing for a change of pace. Day 35, thunder stroked down from the sky once more, so our farmer had to set up lightning rods to protect his most valuable things on the farm. Mayonnaise machines. Not having to care a lot about his farm, Aang decided to get his dust sprite counter up. But as he saw that it was only 130 of 500, he went to remove some more black furballs out of existence. Day 36 was blessed with yet another thunderstorm. What the hell would a chicken farmer even need all these batteries for? And here Aang encountered Willy complaining to someone who kickstarted his entire chicken farm with nearly fishing only, that he can hardly survive by fishing alone. Ignoring what Willy said, the farmer then bought an iridium rod and equipped it with treasure bobbers that later that day handed him over a dino egg. After all these days managing to hit bed before 2 AM, he now experienced the sad feeling of having to pay for sleeping in front of your own door on your own property. Day 38, the dino egg fulfilled his only purpose in life, as a gift for the museum. Afterwards I have seen him taking the bus to the desert where he went straight into the skull cavern by putting the skull key into the lock and managed not to die even 22 levels in. But he died at level 23, which removed the Yeti tooth and the iridium ore. Not like ore was the only reason Aang visited this place there to begin with. Day 39, he remembered that he once found an obsidian age and took on the skull cavern once more. Unable to do anything without food, our listless dust sprite killer went back to the normal mines to grab some magnet shields, where he yet died another time. He then fell asleep even more shamefully. Day 40, Aang picked up a steel hoe for various reasons and used it to expand his wild seed field, where 2 chickens managed to get stuck in the evening. But at least Mayor Louis paid him 14,000 gold for mayonnaise that night. Money is soon no problem any longer. Day 41 thought that a new thunderstorm might be a great idea. One of the chickens from yesterday apparently teleported back into the coop, while the other one enjoyed the thunder. Aang then tried to mine iridium, or get it from magnet shields at least, since he also needs a lot of gems too. But halfway in he remembered that he went miner instead of geologist, which pretty much brought down this strategy. Luckily, being a rich chicken farmer in the early game, he purchased a little katana made of lava for future skull cavern runs. On day 42 he bought an apricot sapling and a rare seed to not get any use of them. Those are some first-class questionable decisions, my friend. Afterwards he cracked some shields and obtained 7 iridium ore. The rest of the day he just cleaned his farm once more. Day 43 was the day he planted tree seeds in the desert to ensure foraging level 10 and objectively wasted the rest of the day in the mines. Day 44, Aang woke up totally perplexed since he noticed my hairstyle. Still shocked from the image in his head, he went to smelt some iridium and ordered the greenhouse repairs at Joja's. The last big task for today was cutting trees for experience and praying to Snowflake afterwards that he never, ever have to witness this again. Day 45, my favorite non-anime character ruined Robin's coop timing because he got distracted by doing stuff like chopping wood in the secret woods. It was just one of those days. Remember kids, buying new coops is more important than buying chickens for them. At least when fighting against in-game time. He later on got some fiber for a few more tea saplings the old-fashioned way. Day 46 was a glorious day where Aang finally started to plant some hop starters since he did not plan to upgrade his house soon or at all. He planned to use hops as food since they are probably one of the better ways for energy when stuck without a kitchen. Now, remember how he failed to occupy Robin the day before? This backfired today because she went to the doctor now, which brings the question: if you manage the right timing, will she never take care of her health? Probably. So Aang had to do something else, like removing the glittering stone by buying one more Joja bundle. On day 47, Robin now allowed him to purchase another coop, and look at the placing, my friends. The following day had one particular goal in mind: iridium. And here is what I've seen him doing. Day 49, during probably the 29th thunderstorm this summer, our cabbage destroying hero got his hand on his first prismatic shards by cracking up shields. And also upgraded his first iridium tool. Obviously, he went with the hoe? The hoe? Seriously? What is wrong with you, Aang? Why of all tools did you have to pick the hoe? Anyway, after he bought the bridge repair, he set sail for the mines to get more fiber and a higher mining level. Day 50, he obtained the golden skite and the quarry mine to cut down tons of grass for his beloved money-generating chickens. This also made him get mining level 9, which handed him the recipe for crystallariums. On day 51 an explosion was heard in the night, and we all know that this led Aang to 6 free iridium ores. Kinda disappointing for something that happens not that often. Naturally, the destructive force reminded him that he still has to disassemble a few more dust sprites. Day 52, the first crystallarium got constructed by our airbender, making obtaining earth crystals a breeze. After a very emotional party with all the obviously happy Joja employees, Aang received the best gift ever: free coke. He then proceeded with hoeing for geodes, without geologist. Hey, look at this, my first free earth crystal! You may have noticed by now that the chicken coops counter was slightly off. This was on purpose for science and stuff, and totally not because a certain somebody forgot to buy chickens for the coop before. So on day 33 Aang got 8 chickens at once and decided to celebrate this by dying in the skull cavern once more. But at least this time he could keep his 2 iridium ore, just for the price of his 25,000 gold lava katana. What a steal! Real life advice of the day: before going to bed kids, remember to always drink your free Joja cola. Morris, was this okay? Day 54, Dust Sprite Farming. Day 55, more Dust Sprite Farming. Day 56, even more Dust Sprite Farming, but now with this old friend, the lava katana he received in a letter. And I learned the day before that the low sell value of weapons is actually this low, so you can buy them back easier. Just feast your eyes on this cheap lava katana. Day 57, Aang made a little bread by selling a few tea saplings to Pierre, trying to get him rid of money before Joja did. He then chose that it was time for a new shed to store the mayonnaise machines. Day 58, he harvested all of his freshly grown hops and used this opportunity to go down in the skull cavern. This day he reached level 44 and gathered 24 iridium ore, plus a second prismatic shard. Leveling up to foraging level 9 also gave him a good feeling to achieve his goal of obtaining level 10. Day 59, Aang decorated the new shed with his old mayonnaise machines. With his force of will to share his love across all his chickens equally, he managed to max out the farming level where he picked Coop Master, which did hardly anything useful for him. After already obtaining 2 prismatic shards, he let the galaxy drop a sword in his hand on day 60. He then passed out in the skull cavern since it is easier and more efficient than returning home. Day 61, he went to upgrade a coop in the hope of maxing out all coops before the end of day 100. Next he threw money against the dog statue in the sewers so he could pick the artisan profession during this night. Day 62, he cleared the special quest Cave Patrol for Worthless Geode Crusher recipe. But wait, what is that? Why did he have so much mayonnaise in his chest? Well, he prepared them beforehand, so he got something for the class change, which rewarded him with a whooping 200,000 gold for mayonnaise alone. Only 2 seasons in the game. Day 63, Aang spent a bit of his easily earned cash for an auto grabber and an auto padder, the most notorious key items for a chicken strategy. One he unlocked by reaching farming level 10 and the other one by completing the Joja route. This is the only easy way to obtain auto padders, so better always do Joja if you spam animals. He even got a chicken statue from the museum, the best furniture in the game by miles. This day was filled with so many happy spirits that he even found a lucky ring. On day 66 he decided to place 2 more crystallariums and bought a few heaters since winter is slowly closing in. Here you can see his first completed cube, which contains a heater, an auto padder, an auto grabber and is upgraded to a Deluxe cube, shown by this number here. After changing the strategy during mid-game once again, he visited Willy's backyard for the Ginger Island quest. The rest of the day our traveling monk resetted a few floors in the mine to complete Robin's stone resource rush, which he was still doing on day 67. Day 68 he has proven what kind of master businessman he is by buying and selling wood from and to Robin, to then buy it again, making him only lose 80% of its worth. All because he wanted another Deluxe cube. Day 69, Aang completed Robin's exciting stone quest. Day 70 he chopped down the whole Cindersap forest in the hopes of reaching foraging level 10. Doing so he found Linus' basket, which he quickly returned since Aang once had been a nomad too. Day 71, Aang accepted Gus's special omelette quest. Having this many chickens makes this quest kinda pointless. Day 72, our egg spamming nomad went to the Stardew Valley fair to decide to better not participate in, proving once and for all that he is the absolute master of wasting time. Day 73, he completed Willy's ship by bringing a lot of batteries, iridium bars and hardwood with him. Maybe those 1000 thunderstorms weren't for nothing. On day 74, Aang traveled to Ginger Island for the first time, where he did chase a bird boy and a flying living flame just to realize that he totally forgot to bring his watering can with him to cross the lava river. Sweet. Day 75 he brought his watering tool only to pick up 2 more golden walnuts. He then searched more of them on the farming side of the island after rudely awakening a peacefully sleeping giant turtle. Day 67 Gus gifted Aang a mini fridge which, despite being more or less a chest, can't be placed without a kitchen. But the true goal of today was to unlock the forge in the volcano, so he shipped himself overseas to sprint through the dungeon. At level 9 he even managed to grab an ostrich egg on a few more golden walnuts. Remember guys, level 9 mostly always contains a rare chest that holds a lot of cool items. By unlocking the forge, he picked up his third prismatic shard and called it a day afterwards. Day 77, Aang went for more fiber in the mines and managed to fall asleep in front of his house one more time cause he had to take care of his mayonnaise machines before. Day 78, a blue bird dropped a blue stone on Ginger Island during rain. I'm kinda feeling like a local newspaper running out of cool and important stories to tell here. But the real event of today had been the forging of the coolest ring ever. Behold the power of the burglar's lucky ring. Day 79, our universal element bender bended the earth to free an old guy from a stone prison to unlock mini quests he didn't even want to think about. The rest of the day was panning at the riverside. On day 80, he desperately wanted to place his mini fridge and wasted Robin's precious time for a house upgrade. The rest of the day has been panning for a lucky ring till falling asleep. Day 81, he acquired his first golden coconut falling from a cocoa tree, which basically means more gacha games to do. They also got a decent chance to obtain iridium, for all of those who still avoid Skull Cavern at this point. He then went to find gems for Emily's stone quest till he faded into his bed. Day 82, the house upgrade was finally completed, which gave Aang the ability to finally place the mini fridge. Afterwards, he crafted a few more mayonnaise machines for a total of 102 up to this point and fainted during his search for a topaz in the mines. Day 84, Aang had to scare his beloved chickens with bombs so he could pick up hay afterwards. He needed to empty his silos to be able to fill them with all the grass on his farm before winter would take it all. On the first day of winter, he encountered Crowus, probably, and accepted a rare slime quest from the special board, which made him then spend the rest of the day searching for said slime in the mines, which he didn't achieve. On day 86, Aang decided to change his fate and become one with the fence, receiving the title of one of the Earth Pillars. He then never left this position ever again and his chicken journey ended here. He then eventually got sick of this boring and continued his search for a rainbow unicorn slime without a horn. After he heroically slayed said slime, he even used the farm totem to pass out in his house instead of the mines to save him the incredible amount of 1000 gold. Day 87, the prismatic jelly quest got completed, and since Aang had been equipped with a burglar's ring, he got another jelly to do absolutely no other stuff with. Well, I said there is nothing to do with it, but Aang found a way to make use of it by mass printing it on wooden signs. Day 88, he found a lucky ring without an honor in the river. Day 89 changed his mind about the layout once more, built his very own summer residence, and combined an iridium band plus a lucky ring for the second best ring in the game. Day 90, Aang ignored the trees in the desert once more and went straight into the Skull Cavern for a little adventure where he passed out after a few uneventful events. Day 91, something magical happened. For once in his life, Aang decided to actually cut down the trees in the desert to be able to reach level 10 in foraging at some point. Day 92, he slingshotted mummies like a pro who had an idea what he is actually doing and discovered that this weapon leaves the stone crabs kinda without a reason to exist. Level 71 was by far the farthest Aang had ever reached in his previous avatar lives without staircases, which netted him 90 iridium ores and 2 prismatic shards. Given this is not a lot, but it makes a great reference for semi-prepared Skull Cavern runs. Day 93, our little monk decided that once again go on a floor resetting quest, and this time it is ghosts. He later on discovered to always bring a watering can in the volcano dungeon, and even if it's just for the sake of reaching this obnoxious rare treasure chest here, where he couldn't destroy the wall by sheer willpower, or at least by explosion. To ease his mind, he then made a sleepover party at Willie's. On day 94, the ectoplasma quest got resolved. Day 96, he realized probably for the last time that he made a giant mistake and tried to plant a lot of winter seeds in a desperate attempt to reach foraging level 10, knowing that they wouldn't be ready before the end. He even decided to upgrade his pickaxe to iridium after all this time in the Skull Cavern and wasting his gold on a hoe. He even got so tired of himself that he tucked into bed early that day too. Day 97 he went for more fiber to make more tea saplings so he could at least ensure the money goal. Day 98 Aang picked up the iridium pickaxe and participated in a chewed crack open party later on where he did manage to get 30 iridium and 1 prismatic shard. But still not all minerals. Disappointed from not reaching another goal, he tried to force the foraging goal once more. Day 99 was a day where nothing exceptional happened, except for a red hat. After 99 days, Aang managed to reach the last day of his given task of freeing the land and went everywhere to get the last bit of foraging XP possible. At night he just jumped into bed knowing that he easily would reach level 10 by now. Later on, this story was told from grandparents to children for generations. The story of a hero who found 2 lucky rings and even saved the valley from the evil merchants doings by earning a fortune on his own by selling 4,357 mayonnaise that are worth around 1.7 millions. But the price the hero paid for his heroic deeds was his whole sanity, since he wasn't able to stay in contact with his nomadic roots. Overall, there's a lot for me, and even you, to learn from Aang's mistakes. Where the most important thing would be stick to the mountain lake early and not. Funny enough, if you keep this strategy going for even longer, you could, with a little adjustment, earn money by sleeping. Since this may sound kinda unbelievable, you should watch this video right here to learn about the best money strategy in existence. Thanks for watching.